I wish I made more friends growing up because I realize now that most of the friendship groups that I see and I admire, they're people who have been friends since they were like children. They probably went to the same secondary school, the same primary school, went to the same university, all of that. And I'm like, oh my God, what was I doing when I was in primary school and secondary school? Why did I not do better at building relationships and friendships? Because now it's a lot harder. It's not impossible, it's just a lot harder. And the truth is, I do have from some friends and close friends actually from secondary school, from university, and all of that. I just wish that I had a whole lot more. Because two things, right? First, I realize now that we're not supposed to do life alone, right? I was telling somebody the other day that that I was that person who went to school and university who, when it was time for exams, I cover my notes because I'm not going to tell you anything. I read by myself. All I cared about was getting the skills and knowledge because, oh my God, I want to pass. It's all me, But now I realize that the higher you go, even in your career, it becomes less about what you know or the skills that you have because there are a lot of people who have the same skills and more about who you know, which is why one person would say, oh, there's a contract and they give it to their friends. Obviously, who are you going to give it to, And secondly, we're not supposed to do life alone, right? We're not supposed to really do life alone. And I wish now the school, especially secondary university, was a lot more collaborative than a lot more than this first position, second position. I feel like it would have allowed us to build more relationships. But anyways, that being said, now that I know better as an adult, what am I doing to make friends? Because now I'm actively trying to make friends. And so in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you things that I'm doing to make better friends or to make more friends, and also how I am trying to cultivate the friendships that I have, the people that I meet, and make that into relationships that can last a long or a lifetime. So if that's something you're interested in, you're definitely welcome to my YouTube channel. And if you're seeing me for the very first time, my name is Jessica Fortunes. To returning subscribers, hello, welcome back. How you doing? Okay, so yeah, beautiful people, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you've been following my vlogs, like the recent vlogs I've been putting out, a lot of times I've spoken about, oh, I went out with this person and making new friends. You can already tell that Jessica is in her whole era of relationship building and friends making. Yes, I am, and it's something that I've become a lot more intentional about this year. This year, I was like, you know what, I've I put a lot of effort into building my community, my podcast community, my YouTube community. Now I want to be part of other people's community. Now I want to give back. Now I want to be part of friendship groups and all of that. So this year, it's like something that's been like a very big thing for me. So I'm going to share with you in this video again how I'm doing it. And if you're interested in it, definitely watch this video till the very end. Okay. The very first thing is to pray. If you're a Christian, definitely you understand this. If you're not a Christian, you're probably going to be like, but I believe in prayers. I believe in God. I believe that God will surround you with great people. And so the very first thing for me is for you to pray about it. And I pray about everything. I pray about my career. I pray about my finance. I pray about my relationships. I pray about my family. I pray about the places that I go to. I'm that person. I don't know if it's very millennial of me or what. I'm that person who, if a stone hits my leg right now, I'm going to say blood of Jesus. I'm going to say I cover myself with the blood of Jesus. My friends in university, when I was doing my master's degree, they used to laugh a lot because when I finish any exam, I'm like, I cover with the blood of Jesus. Because I really just believe so much that He cares about every aspect of our lives. So when it's time for me to build relationships, and when I knew that, I need to do better in building relationships, I actually pray to God to say, you know what, please surround me with people who are good people who are good for me, who are good for my life, who should be in my life. So I prayed about it, and I would say that you should also definitely pray about it if you believe in God. Moving on to the next thing that I did was I became interesting. And this is a little bit of personal development, right? You have to be that person you're looking for, right? You have to be interesting, you have to be knowledgeable, you have to look good, you have to develop yourself, personally develop yourself. People want to be friends with people who look like they know what they're doing, people who look like they're going somewhere, people who are interesting to talk to, people who have things going on for them, people who are like maybe valuable to them. So if you're not any of those things and you want to be friends with people who are those things, it's going to be hard. So you need to make sure that as a person, you are you are valuable. You know things. You have an idea of various things. I remember one time I was talking to a friend and he was talking about tennis. I had no idea, like I knew tennis as a sport, but I wasn't paying attention to it. But guess what? I started to watch. I started to pay attention because I it was just an interesting sport, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to pay attention. And I went on to read online, to search, to check out what sports, how they play this, where they play. I was just like, it was my way of getting to know this person more and being more interesting, because now I can talk to somebody about sports because I know right now that they're playing tennis sports and I'm following it. So like, you have to be interesting. You have to be someone of value if you want to make friends who are like of value to, because you have to be interesting. Because if you go and talk to somebody and say, hey, hello, my name is Jessica, and they try to spark up a conversation about different things, but for everything that they try to talk about, you have not the simplest clue. The person gonna be like, okay, so what do we talk about? What are we going to talk about? When we're in university or in primary school and secondary school, it was easy for us to talk about, school all the time, and books and what we're studying. But now we're in the real world and there's a lot of things happening. So you want to be conversant with things that are happening. Right now in the US, elections are happening. And while I do not stay in the US, I'm following what's happening so that if I ever need to talk about it and have conversations with somebody who probably is in the US, or even an interview, and they ask me a question, I have something to say. So make sure that you're interested. Basically, spend time developing yourself. Spend time developing yourself. Okay? That's the second thing. Number three thing that I've done is to, or I've paid attention to, is to be interested in people, right? People, as human beings, we like to focus on ourselves. It's a lot of, oh, me. Not a bad thing. Everybody is the main character in their lives. But when you decide that, oh, I'm ready to start building relationships with other people, then you want to be interested in what they're interested in. So if they're talking to you, it's as little as paying rapt attention. It's as little as nodding your head. It's like, oh, okay. It's as little as asking follow-up questions so they know that you're paying rapt attention, right? It's like, just be interested in things that you're interested in, right? Be interested in when they're making conversations, when they're talking to you. You can't be talking to somebody, right, who you want to be friends with, and they're talking and you're doing something else, or you're pressing your phone and you're laughing at your phone. No, at that point, pay attention to them. Unless you don't want to be friends with them, then that's a good way to say, shut up and go. But if you know that you really want to be friends with this person, you want to have a relationship with this person, and this actually, it goes beyond just people who are your mates, who you're talking to, even in class, with lecturers. When you're, I think one of my classmates once asked me, how are you able to build relationship with your lecturers? And the very key thing is, I'm very interested in their classes, in their lectures. I'm asking questions, I'm paying rapt attention. They're talking to me and I'm like, oh, okay. Then I'm asking follow-up questions. It means that when they go out of the class, they remember somebody who was paying attention. They remember that there was somebody there who was actually very interested. And so when you go out and you try to like have another conversation with them, they remember you. It's easy. It gives you a pathway because their guards are let down. You've made them feel special, because a lot of people don't pay attention to the other person. So when you pay attention, or you pay extra attention, it actually goes a long way. And sometimes, you're doing something, or maybe somebody's talking to you and you're feeling very tired. Oh my God, can they go? We might think that they don't know, but they know, because the energy and the attitude actually, it's there's an energy going out and they can feel it. So when you're interested, it really does show. So when you go out, want to go for events, all of that, make sure that you are interested in where you're going to, in the people that you're going to meet. Give them time to shine and pay attention to it, and it would open them up to whatever it is that you want to say eventually. Okay? All right. So basically, just pay attention to people. Number four thing I would say is also go to places where the people you want to be friends with are, right? Which is something I have been doing a lot recently. In my last vlog, I talked about the fact that I went for a marketing therapy event because I know that I want to make friends or I want to build relationship with people who are doing marketing here in Nigeria. And how am I going to do that? By going to where they are. When I went there, I met a lot of people who are doing marketing. I spoke to a few people. I answered a few questions. Like a few people came up to meet me. I said hello to a few people as well. Like that is relationship building. They're seeing your face. You're talking to them. You're building relationship. You're going to the places where you want to be, the people you want to be. If you want to travel, then join travel groups and travel with people who want to travel. You want to learn how to drink wine. You want to drink. You want to drink wine. You want to watch football. Go to the places where the people who do those things or enjoy those things are at. I also recently joined the Wimbiz group, right? Women in management and business and corporate careers, because that's something I'm interested in. I joined as a mentor and I met my mentor there. And I've met other women who are building their career because we're all in a WhatsApp group talking to each other, all that kind of thing. So it means that I am surrounding myself or being in the midst of people who are people I want to be friends with or I want to have a relationship with. So basically, it's about being intentional. You have a goal, you have people you want to be friends with, be where they are. Find out where they are and be there, right? I was talking to a friend about this, and he told me that when he is job searching, one of the things that he looks out for is who are the people working there? Are they the cool kids? Because I want to be cool kids. Are they like people who I can go out with? Are they like cool people? I never thought about that when I was job searching. Now it's like, oh, that makes a lot of sense because another way by which you make friends where you school, where you work, all that kind of places. So you want to be intentional about where you go to school, you want to be intentional about the places that you work. Same way you want to be intentional about the places that you go to because in these gatherings, you meet people who are likely to be your friends, people that you can build relationships with. I'm so grateful that I went to Penn Atlantic University because the people that I have met there, they are such amazing people. They are doing amazing things. And I'm like, oh my God, my friends are superstars. So you want to be intentional about these things. So if you're not able to go to the school that they go to or work at the companies that they work at, where else do they hang out? Go to those places. I was talking about the fact that I joined Wimbiz and then I joined another group where it's like professionals who like to have fun because I'm a professional, but I like to have fun too. So of course I want to meet with people who are also like that. So set yourself up for success. Like I'm serious. Set yourself up for success because making friendships or if relationship is important to you, then you should definitely make it important. Okay. Okay, so number five is be okay with taking initiatives and being rejected. Be okay with reaching out to people and them saying, oh, I'm not looking for new friends at this point in time. Or you sending an Instagram DM and the person not responding for like 1 month or days or not even responding ever. Or you taking initiative and the person says, oh, I can't make it or canceling on you. Be okay with that. For me, I think of it as character building because since I started reaching out to people, it has allowed me to be more confident. So I'm like, I'll just reach out to you. If you tell me no, that's fine. That's okay. That's fine. It's good. Because the truth is, there are people who are not ready for friendship at the time that you're ready for friendship. I will tell you that if you reached out to me like 2 years ago, a year ago, 3 years ago, I probably would be like, I'm not interested. I don't want to be out because that was where I was. But now I am here. So if you meet me now about friendship, I'm likely going to be more reciprocative, right? I'm more likely going to reciprocate because that's where I'm at. So you also need to understand that and be okay with people turning you down because friendship is about taking initiative to reach out, taking initiative to plan a date, taking initiative to say, oh, let's do this together, taking initiative to like be there, to be available, right? So if you're not able to do that, then you're going to miss out on making friends with people. If you're too shy, if you're scared of being rejected, then you're going to miss out on making a number of good friendships. And this is going to lead me to talking about two things that I've had to stop doing or things that have hindered me from making great friends in the past that I've had to let go. Number one is being shy or being scared of being rejected or being seen as desperate. If you reach out to somebody and they think of you as desperate because you want to be friends or say, let's hang out, then they're probably not meant to be in your circle because there's nothing to be desperate about. There's nothing desperate in that scenario. It's just, hey, do you want to be friends? Hey, do you want to hang out? Hey, do you want to do this? And if you say no, no, and you move on. But if somebody sees you as desperate, oh, no, that kind of thing, then those are not the people you want in your friendship circle anyway. So just bear that in mind and don't let that ruffle your feathers. Number two thing is not to judge people immediately, right? I realize that I can be very judgmental, right? If you come in and you're looking weird and you're looking and you look like you don't have your shit together, you're looking there's a likely possibility that I am going to not be interested. I'm going to like turn you down before you say a word. I realize that, and it's a very bad habit. It's a very, very bad habit. And so what I've learned to do now is to be receptive, to be open, to allow people to talk, to allow I'm learning to allow myself to experience people before I say, okay, we vibe, we don't vibe. Because what I've realized is books, like they say, I mean, you can't judge a book by its cover all the time. And sometimes what's inside is really very great, and they're a really great addition to your friends or your friendship circle. So I'm learning to say, okay, let's try this out. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. At least we tried, right? Just give people a chance. So that's another thing. So these are two things that I would encourage you to look at, figure out, and try to stop them, or at least pay attention to how that might be hindering you from making friends. And the last one, number six thing that I have started to do is tell people that I'm making friends or I'm in the loop. I want to make friends, right? Like I have made like three people or three friends from telling a friend that, see, I'm trying to hang out with more people. Is there anybody you know in your friendship circle who's also trying to meet new people? And he's like, yeah, yeah, okay. And then we hook up and then we hang out and stuff like that. So be okay telling people that you want to be friends. I told my mentor one time, my network is bad. I want to build my network. And she's like, okay, I'll check people in my network who I can connect you with. So be okay with telling people, like, the same way when you're looking for a job, it's like, I'm looking for a job. I'm looking for a job. Connect me. I'm trying to be friends with people. Connect me, take me places. Let me go with you. Because I think maybe because I'm that person who I put so much attention into everything that I do. If I'm trying to get a job, I'm all in. If I'm trying to build a relationship, I'm all in. If I'm trying to I'm all in. So you need to be all in and put yourself all in there. Try, talk to people, tell your friends, just let people know that you're open to make friends, be approachable, smile a lot. A lot of people say I don't smile and I have a resting face. And so nowadays I try to smile. Sometimes I'm going somewhere where I don't know anybody and I'm like, I'm sure that my face is resting and giving, don't talk to me. What I do is I try to remind myself also of some funny memory and I smile in my head and then I know that my face is lit up a bit and then I go in there because like, okay, now I'm smiling and then I'm trying, I jiggle up myself so like jiggle, 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 jiggle. So you're a lot more fun when you go there. So these are like six things that I'm doing now to meet new people and make new friends, right? But that's not where it ends. No, this is where the effort comes in. I mean, that's a lot of effort to do, but then that's not all because when you now meet new people, what do you do to make sure that you keep up with the relationship, that the relationship doesn't die? What do you do? Now, this comes to cultivating friendships. And this is the part where a lot of us fumble the bag, right? I know this because I have fumbled the bag in the past. Like, I have fumbled, like, I'll tell you the truth. There was a time when I sent an apology message to somebody who was trying to be my friend, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. At the time, I just sent an apology message because I know that I had fumbled the bag. Because the biggest thing is in cultivating the relationship. So you've met new people. How do you cultivate the relationship in a way that you're able to stay in their orbits? Like how every human being is the main character in their lives. But you want to be part of their orbit. You want to be part. You want to be around them. You want them to think about you. You want to keep a relationship with this person. How do you make sure that you're always there or you're around and they know you and you're cool with them and you are like acquaintances? The first thing I would say is to determine the type of relationship you want with that person. So is it a professional relationship? For instance, for my lecturers, my mentor, my relationship with them are mostly professional. My colleagues, my bosses, my relationship with them are professional, right? So I'm not going to be telling them everything that I would tell a best friend or somebody that I want to be a best friend or that I want to be like really, really close with. But I want to still make sure that I'm around them. I keep in touch. What do I do? Things like saying hello when it's their birthday, saying happy birthday. Things like saying, hey, I was just thinking about you and checking up on you. I hope you're doing good. When it's like New Year, I'm like, Happy New Year. When they repost things and they share things on social media, I try to like repost it. I mean, the comment section sometimes just making sure that I'm still around them. I'm helping them. I'm keeping the relationship going, because relationship is of builds of communication and constantly being around. If you're not around, imagine you being in a romantic relationship with somebody and you don't see them for a month, 2 months, 3 months. You're as good as done, because the relationship is like, you don't see them. I mean, like, you don't communicate. That means that relationship is gone. So you want to make an effort to always be around, to always, when they're doing stuff, when they're celebrating something, celebrate with them. When they need you to be there for them, to help them with something, you're like, oh, can I help you with this? Offer assistance. Okay, when they ask you to help them, then you do it with the best of your ability, to the best of your abilities. Just basically, communicate. In the same way, people you want to be very, very close to, you need to keep communicating. You need to make effort. You need to initiate things. Oh, let's go and do this thing together. Friendship grows when you do things together, when you talk often, when you find a way by which you communicate and keep communicating in that way, right? For instance, I have friends who are like, I call and I tell everything about how my day went, while I have a friend on TikTok who's like, the relationship that we have is just memes and sending memes and just funny stuff. And I could go on TikTok and have like 20 messages from this friend, funny videos. And you know what's my part? My part in that relationship is to make sure that when I'm able to, I sit down and I respond to every of those messages. Because that way he knows that this person is reciprocating. We're talking, we're keeping in touch. From one of those funny videos, we start talking about something else and it could just go on from there. So basically, find ways by which you can keep in touch with these friends and keep in touch with them. When they tell you about something that's important to them, try to remember and then say, hi, how did this thing go? It boils down to things that I said before. Be interested. When they say, oh, I'm having a bad day at work, the next day you can ask, hey, how did work go again today? Or even before the day, hey, I'm wishing you a very great day. Or you guys go out together and they get home, say things like, oh, did you get home safely? These type of things just make people feel special. And friendship is about making the other person feel special just as much as they make you feel special. So you need to put in the effort. You need to continually put yourself out there. You cannot say, oh, I've gone to places, I've made new friends, I know new people now, and that's it. No, the friendship is going to die. It's going to die. So you want to put in effort. You want to put in effort. Number two thing I would say is you want to be available, right? Because I've realized that one reason why friendship dies is because I'm not available. It's because, oh, when they say, oh, let's go for brunch, oh, I can't make it. Oh, let's go for a party. Oh, I can't make it. Oh, let's do this. Oh, I can't make it. The friendship is gonna die, because eventually the other person is gonna be tired of always saying, let's go, let's go. I've had cases like that where I tell a friend, oh, let's do this, and they're like, oh, I can't make it, and they have excuses for days. And eventually I'm like, you know what, I give up. I actually just give up because I'm tired, right? And everybody eventually gets to that point. So you need to be available. You need to be available to chat to them. You need to make time to, hang out with them. You need to make time. You need to just say yes. You're saying yes to a lot of things. Saying yes to, oh, I need to go and buy stuff and buy. Okay, let's go. Yes. It's going, yes, saying yes a lot is another thing that you need to do. So I'm going to end this by saying that in all of this, in trying to make new friends, you want to make sure that the people you want to be friends with also want to be friends with you. Something my friend recently told me that has synced a lot is like who like you. When people like you back, they will do things for you as well. They will put an effort into it. They will make themselves available to you. They will care about things that you care about. They'll basically put an effort into the relationship as well. However, if they don't, you'll be pouring in, and nothing will happen. So you want to like people that like you. You want to put an effort into relationships that also put an effort for you. So yeah, that's it. I wish you all the best. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, that means I'm putting in effort and you don't want to be my friend. So make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And until next time, I'm Jessica Fortunes. Okay, bye guys.